red potatoes is Chastity. Hey Chastity, can you put your name on there for me? That's all good. Nah, it's all good. You're one of the newest ones to the family. It's all good. We'll get it together. I know who you are. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get straight to it. I'm gonna go ahead and empty out this chart. And first of all, we're gonna go through the trades that I called out last week to the group. We had one trade on the USD JPY, and then we also had a great trade on the USD CAD. So first, I'm going to start off by going through those trades, walking you through those trades, how I found the setups, how we were able to execute, and how you'll be able to find those type of setups in the future. Then also we'll do a kind of small training, just on some risk management things, because you definitely have to know how to keep the money after you make it. And then also, last but not least, we're going to open it up to a quick Q&A, and then I'll figure out what you guys are needing more help with, and then we will focus on that. All right. All right. So first, we're going to go to the USD JPY. Let's start with the USD CAD, and then we'll go back and find that trade. All right. So here's the USD Canadian dollar. This was the trade alert that I called out, I believe, on Thursday. And here was the quick setup. So I'll go ahead and erase this stuff, and we'll start it from scratch. All right. So this is pretty much where it was when I first found this trade. And just looking at this trade, when we zoom out a little bit, we can obviously see it's in an uptrend, right? Obviously, we're in an uptrend. And how do we know we're in an uptrend? How we know we're in the uptrend is because the market is making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, right? So now that I saw the market coming down to this low point, right, a previous level of support in the market, right? As we know, the support is like the floor. So it came to another level of support. So it came to another level of support, and then we start to get this corrective pattern. As we know, the market moves in impulsive waves and corrective waves. So from the top at this resistance level, this previous level of resistance, we got a fake breakout where it broke out. It got all the breakout traders buying the markets, and then it snapped right back on them, right? So it was a fake out of this channel going up. We got an impulsive wave, and then it started to correct. So this is how you're going to find your best trades. Learning to identify the impulsive waves and the corrective waves. When you start to learn how to identify those clearly, you're going to see the trading opportunities open up for you. So this is exactly what was happening when I saw this trade setting up. And what I did was I just identified this pattern. Can anybody tell me what type of pattern this is? If you know, please share in the chat box. If you don't know, that means I need to do a better job of teaching you, which is not a problem. So it is a expanding triangle. Right? It can be a lot of different names, you know. It's a triangle, right? These triangle patterns are very popular in the market, right? And when the market starts to correct, they usually create some type of triangle or channel, right? So this will more so be a channel. This will more so be a triangle, right? So usually you'll see, you know, triangles and channels happen when the market starts to correct itself, right? So during this correction, you don't see the higher highs or higher lows, right? You can see that these highs are pretty much even highs, and then we're having lower lows. So if you don't have lower highs and lower lows, it is not a downtrend. So that's how we can know that this is not a downtrend, but it is a corrective pattern. So as I was telling you guys, we wanted to wait for price to break out of this corrective pattern to form another impulsive wave. So before this happened in the market, this is what we anticipated. We anticipated a break and retest of this area, and then a continuation to the upside, right? And what I usually do is I like to pull out my Fibonacci retracement tool. And what your Fibonacci retracement tool is going to do is it measures impulsive waves, and then you can properly project where the pullback will be or where the next corrective wave will be. So I'll show you guys how it works. You'll take it from the bottom to the top. And what I'm doing here is I'm anticipating a break out of the market and then a retest back to this line. So we can see right here that like the 38.2 is right around that line. So I'm anticipating the breakout to be, you know, a little bit bigger and then pull back to that area. So between the 38.2 to the 61.8 is what we consider the golden zone. So this is where you want to look for the market to come back and use this previous level of resistance as a level of support, right? So right here, when I say resistance, you see the market come up, it uses it as a resistance and it rejects, right? It uses it as a resistance and it rejects. It uses it as a resistance and then it rejects, right? So the market reject this area like 3 times. So now this is a clear level of resistance or roof. So we're anticipating that the market will break the roof and then use this previous roof as a floor. So we're going to go ahead and go ahead and play it out and see what happened in real time. So as we can see, the market is respecting it as a support. I mean, as a resistance. Then we finally got a break from that resistance. We got a small retest. And then the market started to make a bigger move. And then look at it now. Like almost pretty much like the exact same area. It's starting to, turn around a little bit. So now this is the area where the market really came back to retest. Look at that. Came right back to retest. Broke this trend line. Now retested the trend line. And then now we can expect the market to go ahead and make some higher highs. So what pretty much happened in the market. We got about 40 pips on this first one. I think we got about 50 pips on this second one. Before the market kind of came back down to the entry where it is now. So you had really, two good opportunities to make some profits on this trade. We had the first breakout, which we had a small break and retest here, and then it went up about 40 pips. And then we had another retest of the entry point again, where the market did a double bottom right here. And then it did a break and retest. It tested the midline, which this would be considered the midline. It retested the midline. And then you see it went right back up and created a higher high. So let's see from here, 31.67. Yeah, so it went about 40 pips. So as the week is going forward, I anticipate that this pattern is still going to continue in the same direction. This is just another test of this area. And when you look at this, this is a corrective wave. This is an impulsive wave. So it actually broke this previous trend, right? So now we have a new trend. Now we have impulse one. Now this is a corrective wave. So what we want to do is we want to wait for this wave to finish correcting, and then we will find the best trade for us to trade. So right now the market is creating a channel, and what we can anticipate is right now we're right back to the bottom of this trend line and a previous level of support, right? When we bring out the Fibonacci, we go swing low to swing high, right? And what we did is we went from swing low to swing high of this impulsive wave, right? And then it measured out the corrective wave for us, right? So right where it came down, it did a double bottom right on the 50%, right on the 50% Fibonacci. Double bottom, it did a break and retest on the midline of this W, and then it went on up and it went back to the entry, the highest point, right? And then you can see right now it's coming back down to this area. You can already see it started wicking on this last seller candle, and then now the market ended with the buyers in control Because if you can see this last candle before the market closed, well, not before the market closed, the market is open right now, excuse me. You can see that this last candle right here, um, the buyers are coming back in control because it was just blue and now it turned white. But the buyers are coming back in control at this level of support. So what we want to do is we want to see the buyers come in and at least close at 50% of this last candle. If it does at least 50%, that's considered a reversal candle, right? And then we'll be waiting for another blue confirmation candle. And then we will be looking to potentially buy back to this level of resistance, right? And potentially we could see the market break, retest, and then continue, in the uptrend. Because as you can see right here at the volume oscillator, the price is oversold. The price is too low. You can see it's below 20. So the price is too low. It's right here at the support. It's right here at the 50 Fibonacci level. So we have multiple confirmations that the market is possibly turning around, at this point. Last thing I would want to see is to see a reversal candle, confirmation candle, and then we'll be ready to enter this thing all the way back up, and this could be a TP1, TP2, take profit 3, right? Also, you always want to prepare for the worst in trading because the market could be telling you one thing and the people with the money in the market, they can do something different. So what you want to do is you always want to think about every scenario before it happens, right? We all know that this is a corrective pattern. So there has to be an impulsive wave that comes next because the market can't correct forever, right? So this next impulsive wave, it could be here to the upside or it could be here to the downside. We have more confirmations saying that the price is too low and that we could go back to the upside. But at the same time, like I said, you always want to be prepared so you can respond instead of reacting, right? You respond when you're prepared and you have different scenarios already playing in your mind and you know already what to do when you see the right signs, right? Some people won't be prepared, and when something happens that they're not prepared for, they start struggling. They start, doing things that they shouldn't. So at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you're prepared for both situations. And then once you get confirmation, then you can execute on that confirmation. All right. So that was USD CAD. Let's go ahead and go. Oh, see, we got some questions. Let me see what's up. So when you're using a Fibonacci, you want to measure the impulsive wave. So you want to go from the very bottom of the last impulsive wave to the top of that impulsive wave when you see the opposite market come in and start taking control, right? So if the market is going up and you see all the candles are blue, and then as soon as you start to get 2 or 3 candles that are white, that could be the end of that pullback, right? I mean, that could be the end of that impulsive wave, excuse me. That could be the end of that impulsive wave. And then you would measure from swing low to swing high. And we'll do some more examples. We'll do more examples. Yeah, Will, you want to get multiple confirmations. And once you start to see them align, then that's how you know that the trade is, ready to, get in. So for example, you want to find those extreme conditions on the 4 hour time frame, ideally. Those are going to be your very, very best trades. But when you can see it's oversold on the 4 hour, and then you go down to the 30 and you see it's oversold as well, that's a huge confirmation when you can get more than one time frame to tell you that the market is in an extreme condition, right? It's going to be extremely low or it's going to be extremely high, right? And if the market is extremely low, like if it's oversold, if it's under 20 on the oscillator, sooner or later, price has to come back to the median price, to the moving averages. That's why I like to use moving averages, because the moving averages are going to be an average of the last 50 days, 200 days, whatever you set your moving averages to, right? So when the markets are in extremes, like when it's over 80, when it's overbought, when the price is too high, sooner or later, it's going to come back to the median price. So that oversold and overbought, that's greed and fear. So when you guys start to being able to identify that on the charts, it's going to be easy, easy, easy money for you. And how do you identify that on the chart? Let's identify that on the chart real quick. Here is a beautiful little trade that I called out for you guys. It did not hit the TP as of yet. Start going more so sideways into a consolidation. But I'm still anticipating that we will get a break, from this area, and then a continuation, back to the weekly high up here. So you can see after we got this big wave right here, the market just been going sideways for the last, week or 2 weeks pretty much. So we can anticipate that the market is going to get ready to boom out of this consolidation pretty big. Because look at the last time we saw consolidation for a couple weeks. We got a big move. It was a 200 pip move after it went sideways for a couple weeks. Same thing here. Look what happened. It went sideways for a couple weeks, and then boom, it shot up 200 pips. So that's what the market does. When you see it start going sideways, you should be licking your chops and be patient. Be a sniper. You want to wait for him to walk outside of these lines, and you want to one shot, one kill. So stalk your prey. Let it consolidate. If it want to consolidate for 2 weeks, shit, you should be happy. Because you should know as soon as it's done consolidating, this thing is going to run a couple hundred pips. So let's go ahead and zoom into the smaller time frame so y'all can go ahead and see the trade that I called out for y'all, which was a phenomenal trade. Phenomenal trade. So how did I find this trade? This trade was pretty simple. As we can see, let's start on the hourly time frame. As we can see, the market was going in a downtrend, an overall downtrend. Market was in an overall downtrend. And you see right here, we had a downtrend within the overall bigger downtrend. And once the market broke this downtrend, right? Because you see the market was making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, and then the market snapped and it broke this previous high, right? And in this previous high. So now it made a higher high. So I was already anticipating that the market would come back and make a higher low, right? So once the market broke back above, we can kind of do this one like I did the other one so we can walk through it together. So when the market broke above this trend line, no longer making lower lows and lower highs, now we got a higher high. So what I was anticipating was that the market was going to pull back. Why? Because it got to a point where it stopped making higher highs, right? It's making even highs now. So that's a huge indicator that the market is no longer trending. Now it went from a impulsive wave. Now it's starting to correct. So what you can do, you can start to highlight these corrections. And I was anticipating the market to pull back to a Fibonacci, to the Fibonacci golden zone, and then make a higher high. So let's see what happened. All right, you see it came back down to the 50, and he's using that as a support. See what happens. It's coming back down and test the level of support again. It's not breaking the support. It looks like we have a double bottom. Now we're more so waiting for the market to break this midline and then maybe come back and retest it. See it lose a level of resistance a couple times. Now we got a breakout. Now the market is coming back. It's like a retest. And now the market is starting to make higher highs. You can see where the market is down here on the oscillators, right down here in the oversold area. Finally got a break of this trend line. And for example, guys, when you're taking these trades, for example, let's say when we get into some of these trades, you want to make sure that when your trade is going in a profit, that you secure your profits. All right. So, for example, when you're in this trade, which I believe the entry was somewhere around this point. So when the market has this impulsive move and it pulls back and it creates a higher high, this is where you come in and you move your stop loss here. Now, what does this do? When you move your stop loss, it's going to secure your profits. You want to make sure that you always secure those profits, right? So let you put your stop here, and as the market makes higher lows, you just want to trail that stop loss underneath that higher low on the uptrend. So it hit the TP. So it made a higher low here. So you can move that here. And it would have stopped you. It would have stopped you back out if you wouldn't have closed it out up here. And that's pretty much how it works. Because what happens is sometimes it will never come back down to this level, and you could just let it keep running for weeks and weeks and weeks, and that's when you can get the really big gains on your account. And now you guys can kind of see what happens if, for example, let's say if you had a good trade like this and you didn't set the TP, look what happened. You had a good trade where it went right in the money, but because you didn't set your risk, you didn't set a TP, you came back and it would have stopped you out if you would have had a stop loss. If not, you would be crying probably because it probably would have ate your account. So it is very important that we understand risk management, how much we're risking, and what the potential reward is. That's a game changer in this business. So really quick, I want to go over a quick Q&A with you guys. I want to see what questions you may have and how I can better serve you guys, and what type of videos that I can make or I can find in the archive to bring out to you guys that'll help you with some of the things that um, we're kind of struggling on. So you're really going to know how far to trail it as you start to do your back testing, because it's going to be different for the currency pair that you trade, the time of day that you trade. It's going to be multiple factors that determine how far you should trail your stop loss, how far you should set a stop loss or take profit. It's a lot of different factors in that. But for me, as an example, I like to do one ATR. So I like to do like one ATR below, like if we're on an uptrend, it'll be the higher low. So I would do one ATR below the higher low. The ATR is like the average true range. So there's an indicator. It's an ATR indicator. It's gonna tell you like the average true range of that currency pair. Yeah. So just something really simple, starting out until you really test it and back test it and figure it out for yourself, you could just put it, maybe 5 or 10 pips below, um, that structure. So if you're in an uptrend, you see the market make a higher low, you can just go in and put it, 5 or 10 pips below that higher low. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Because I kind of don't want to get into like different things like average true range and stuff like that and kind of confuse you guys. So you can really just do it like a set number of pips. I do have some videos on risk management. I have quite a few videos in the course. I do have some videos that I will share with this with the mastermind group as well. I will post those this week for sure, and I'll let you guys know once they're up in the digital library. I will put them inside of the paid group so you guys can go check that out. What are there other indicators I use when you're trying to determine the entry and exit points? Um, Myself personally, I love using Fibonacci for entry and exits. The Fibonacci pullback is going to be, or the Fibonacci retracement is going to be your entry, and the Fibonacci extension are going to be your take profit levels. And I kind of go over that again. We'll use this one for example. Let's use this one for example. So let's. So we see the market make a higher high right here, made a higher high right here, and we see the market is oversold, right? I mean, overbought, excuse me, it's overbought. The price is too high. So now we're anticipating that the market is going to come down and make a higher low. So let's see what the market does. Comes down, makes a higher low. Now you want to bring out the Fibonacci. So the higher low is at the 50%. Now we can look for TP1 at the previous high, TP2 at the negative 27, TP3 at the negative 618 extension. You can see like as it moved past this level, it found this level right here. You saw how it was using it as a resistance, then it broke through, it used it as support, and then it went right to this next level. So that's pretty much how the market works. Came back, found support again. Fake out. Then it really broke support. It's another fake out to the downside. Let's see what's going on. It's more of a correction. Go ahead and stop that. So you can just clearly identify these and wait for the breakout. We got a break, but it's still right here at this support. Just want to give it a little more time. It's still a higher low. So until we break this, we're not even looking for a sell, right? So it's still even low. So we still thinking buy. We still thinking buy. Now it's testing the support level, and it's still buy until we get a break. All right. And you see where it's going. We'll kind of stop it right there. But you guys can see pretty much how the market moves. That's why you really want to get in and do a lot of back testing. You'll get really good at seeing these patterns as they start to form, especially using this software with TradingView. This is amazing software. It allows you to kind of play it back and kind of play around with it like a video game. And the more you can go back and you can start to identify, channels and triangles and different patterns that I teach you guys, um, then you'll be able to start to identify the good trading opportunities in the market. And when you add the risk management to that, that's when the game starts to change for you. That's when you'll start to, find really good trades in the market with low risk and high profit return potential. So do you guys have any more questions for me? I'm gonna definitely make sure that I drop that extra risk management video inside of the digital library for you guys, Leroy. I'll go ahead and get that done as soon as possible. I have that in there for you guys this week. Other than that, I think we had a good training tonight. We got some very, very valuable information on credit. Another big thank you to Leroy and Courtney for amazing training tonight. Then we came back and we got some really good Forex training tonight. Um, Make sure that you guys are back testing. You have to back test. You have to back test. That's just like if you want to be a great basketball player like Michael Jordan, you have to learn how to shoot free throws, right? And it starts at practice. You don't wait till the game to start learning how to shoot a free throw. I'm sure you guys watched the Michael Jordan documentary. I didn't get a chance to watch it, but I'm very familiar with his story. And when he didn't make it, on his high school basketball team, one of the things that he did that completely changed the path of his career is he didn't quit like most people do. He didn't quit. And what he did was he decided to get up every morning before he went to school to shoot a certain amount of shots. And he did that consistently throughout his career. And that made him one of the best shooters ever in the league. And that's what back testing is for a trader. So daily, you should be back testing and sharpening your knife. So Jeff said he's going to go over back testing tomorrow. That'll be major. So you guys will have my video on back testing, and then we'll make sure that Jeff records that video tomorrow. So you guys will have multiple videos, different perspectives, but the same concept. So this will be very, very powerful for you guys. Very, very powerful. All right, perfect. Well, thank you again, guys, for coming to this webinar tonight. I always thank you guys because I really do mean it. I thank you not only for you coming for you, but I thank you for coming for me, right? Because the more people we have here, the more people start to see results and the belief starts to grow. So I'm very thankful that you guys come. I'm very thankful when you guys participate, when you ask questions. Yes, we do have another webinar tomorrow. So during the week, King Jeff will be doing webinars on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, right? So big time training webinars throughout the week. I'm going to say it again on Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central Time. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, same time, 8 p.m. Central. Jeff does a phenomenal job with the training. So you definitely want to make sure that you have access to that and you get plugged in. Like he said, we'll be going over back testing tomorrow. So that'll be major. All right, family, I love you. The next webinar we'll be having will be tomorrow night. Jeff is going to crush that webinar tomorrow night at 8 p.m. And then right after that webinar at 8 p.m., we're going to have a 9 p.m. presentation for new people that are interested in joining our program. They can actually plug in. When they plug in and they see what we're doing, they're going to be excited. They're going to want to get involved. And when they want to get involved, you follow up with them. You send them your affiliate link. When they sign up through your link, you're going to make 20% every time that they make a payment, right? So like Shelly said, let's go. Let's go. How many people plan on building a residual this week? Let me just see before we start the week. Some people just want to focus on trading. That's fine. That's fine with me. Leroy, I got you. I'll send it to Telegram. If you have a Telegram, just message me on Telegram and I'll shoot it to you. I'll shoot it to Courtney as well. So I know y'all, I think y'all shared that Telegram. Anybody else, if you don't have a link, please direct message me on Telegram and I will make sure that you have a link. Also, if you want to participate in an affiliate program, make sure you are in the TFU affiliates chat. If not, DM me. One thing that we're doing going forward, I really want to talk to you guys about this before we leave because I see quite a few of you plan on building. So we have a partnership with an amazing marketer, one of the best I've ever seen. And if you guys have been following my social media, you've seen my followers go up. You've seen that I've had articles in Yahoo Finance and Market Watch and Daily Journal. And these are coming from a PR team that we now have access to, right? So what I did was I went out and I hired the best to come run Tatum Speed Consulting. And in Tatum Speed Consulting, we build websites, we do account management, like social media account management. So they actually get into your account and they will prospect people for you. We have a LinkedIn software that prospect people for you on LinkedIn automatically. We have a team that builds Facebook funnels and ads. We also have, like I said, a team that does PR work. So we can get you those bigger publications like Yahoo Finance and whatnot. So we have a complete marketing solution to help you build your residual income. So if you're serious about this, you don't have to go out and call everybody in your phone list and blow up people that probably won't ever do this. You can use the professionals to go out and build your leads for you. Yes, like Shelly said, teamwork makes the dream work. So really soon, I'll be doing a webinar, just like we did with Courtney. I'll have Ryan come on, talk to you guys about marketing, what he can do, the packages that we've created for you guys specifically, and it's going to be a game changer. It's going to be a game changer because we're going to help you guys automate that residual income, right? So you don't have to be calling people from your phone no more. We definitely have systems that'll help you collect leads and maintain those leads and upsell those leads as well. Yep, Shelly's already plugged in. I believe Shelly was the first person to go through the program with Ryan and to get all her stuff plugged in. So Shelly's going to be the first example out of this group outside of myself. So just pay attention to what Shelly's doing. You know, Shelly was the first one to get funding in this group too. Shelly got $50,000 in funding from our funding program. Shelly also started multiple businesses. She started her Father Son Holy Ghost Network business, and these were services that I offered to Shelly. Right, these are the same services that we're now providing to you guys. Yes, Shelly went from the mid 600s to the mid 700s and got $50,000 in funding in about 90 days. I see you, Shelly. Shelly ain't playing no games. I love it, Queen. I love it. I love it. We going all the way to the top, family. So I hope y'all got that same energy. Make sure y'all bring that energy this week. Let's get these webinars full, baby, because I'm going hard for you guys. I'm doing these webinars every single night for free. And all I want you to do is to use it. Use me. Use me to build your income. Does that sound like a good deal? Use me. I'm going to be on the webinars Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. 5 days. You have an opportunity to bring people to this webinar. The more people you bring, the more money you will make. The more people you bring, the more money you make. My guy, Jeff, he was the first person so far to hit the Diamond 200 level. Big shout out to Jeff. He is like one person away from the Diamond 600 level. So Jeff is not playing no games. I know he brought in 3 people in one day last week, which was phenomenal. Big things coming, my boy. Big things. Before the end of this year, I expect to see a lot of you guys at the G10 level. And the G10 level is 150 people. 150. So with 150 people, you'll be making 10,000 per month. Shelly, you already on your way, Queen. It's only a matter of time because you already have the systems in place. So Shelly already got plugged in with Ryan. You're gonna have leads coming in to you. So all you have to do is just stay happy and just patient and just wait for that money to start piling up in your account. Because we own it. So what before we get off this really quick, any more questions? Looks like you guys don't have any more questions. If you think of something after the webinar, feel free to hit me out on Telegram. You can feel free to DM me, message me personally. I love you guys. You guys are family to me, and I want to help you as much as possible. So you're not a burden on me. If I don't answer, it's because I'm probably busy, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If not, I'll have my assistant reach out to you and get to you and get your questions answered. We love you guys. You guys are my family. I spend more time talking to you than I do to my own kids. So I have a lot of love for you naturally. And for me, money is great, but family is greater, right? Money is great, but love is greater. So we got a lot of love in this family. And that's all I care about. So I really just want to keep making y'all win because as long as y'all making money, y'all gonna stay here. You know what I'm saying? So I got to help you make money. And that's my only goal. That's the foundation of what I'm doing. When you guys win bigger, more people are going to come. The platform will win bigger. I will win bigger. Everybody wins bigger. Yes, Queen. Yes, yes. So I don't want to hold you guys any longer. We've been on this webinar for about an hour and 30. I appreciate every single second of your time. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. I pray that you have a phenomenal week. And I want you guys to know that your week is going to start with you. Your week is going to start with you. So before you go to sleep tonight, you should really take 30 minutes to plan out your week. How much money did you spend last week? Let's start there. How much money did you spend last week? If you know how much money you spent last week, you'll know how much money you're going to spend this week. Have your weekly budget already set for the week. Already know what you're going to do for the week before it happens, because you want to be a good steward of your time and of your money. When you're a good steward of your time, when you're a good steward of your money, God will give you more. Yes, he will give you more time. Not saying that you will live longer, but I'm saying the time that you are here, you won't have to work for another man. You will have other men working for you. And instead of spending your time working for money, you're spending your time, traveling with your kids and doing the things that you enjoy doing. So yes, also we will have that prayer tomorrow morning with Lakeisha, Sister Lakeisha, every Monday morning. Bring us into the week. Feel free; it'll be the same link, and we will do it at the same time. I'll confirm with her, and then I'll go ahead and post that for you guys inside the group. Also, like what I was saying right before, I kind of got distracted. So the budget, you have to have your budget. Like if you want to make money, you have to know what's going on with your money, right? Number two, you should have a plan for your week. How many hours are you going to dedicate to trading? How many hours are you going to dedicate to watching and training videos to learn about trading? How many hours are you going to read this week? How many hours are you going to go out and use to build your social media so you can attract the right people to you so you can sell them and build this residual income? Those are the things that you need to know before you go to sleep tonight. That is how you prep yourself to have a great week. You have to prepare so you're not responding. So you're not reacting, but you're responding. So with that being said, I love you guys. We have the prayer with Lakeisha in the morning. We're going to have the training with Jeff at 8 p.m. And then we're going to have the presentation with myself tomorrow night at 9 p.m. So I love you guys. Make sure that you get all this stuff done before you go to sleep. Do not go to sleep without that done. Show me some accountability, DM it to me. I want to see who's serious. No pick, no proof. No pick, no proof. So what we can do is don't even DM it to me. Post it on your social media and tag me in it. At Mr. Bobby Tatum. I'll put them down here for you. We can use that to hold each other accountable. Let's see. So yes, let's make sure we do that work before we go to sleep and make sure we post it. No pick, no proof. If you don't post the pick, that means you didn't do it. All right. So let's make sure we all holding each other accountable. Let's make sure that we at least do that once a day, right? And let's get it done, baby. I love you guys. Have a phenomenal night. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.